T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning to all viewers wherever you are, whether you are in Malaysia, Malacca, Malaysia, in Kuala Lumpur, where else? Penang, Kuala Terengganu, Johor, Japan. Anyone from Japan? Because I have some, friends that I've been promoting to watch this live. Um, yeah, today, thank you so much to all viewers. Okay, wherever you're coming from. You are now watching UTM TV, Where's the Coffee? The second episode, where our title for today's topic is Online Teaching, What an Experience. Okay, before I go further, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nur Baiduri Abdul Halim. I'm your host for today. I am from the UTM TV unit, and I'm also an academic staff from Pusat Bahasa dan Pembangunan Insan, Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka. And UTM TV is a unit that is supporting the English language ecosystem in Universiti Teknikal Malaysia Melaka. We provide platform for students and staff to engage in activities by using the English language, right? So I hope everyone is doing well today. How are you? Drop some comments so I can, interact with all of you. Comment, say hi. Assalamualaikum everyone. How are you today? Have you had your breakfast? Taken your breakfast already? Well, what did I have? I had nasi lemak. The typical Malaysian nasi lemak. Typical breakfast for Malaysians. Okay. Today I'm not alone. I am being assisted by my friend here. I have Mr. Falik together with me. Falik is here. Okay. And our topic for today is quite interesting. Okay. Online teaching, what an experience. Okay. Before we go further, okay, let's welcome. We have 3 guests for today. Hi, Umi Nuraini. Hi, thank you, Kak Ain, for dropping by. Thank you for watching. Oh, roti telur. That's nice. That's quite a typical breakfast, right? Thank you, Amira, for joining us. Okay, we shall continue. Let's welcome. Okay, we have 3 guests for today. The first one, let's welcome Professor Madya Dr. Nur Izan Sharia binti Hussein from FKP, Manufacturing Faculty. Let's welcome Dr. Izan. Hi, Dr. Izan.
Hi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you feeling today, Dr. Izan?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
Okay, good to hear that. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's welcome the second guest. We have Dr. Muhammad Adrinata Shaharuzaman from Faculty of Mechanical Engineering. Please welcome. Hi, Dr. Adri.
Hai,
How
Assalamualaikum
are you?
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh everyone.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Feeling good today?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you. How about you? How about you guys?
We are
I'm
great.
Excellent.
Excellent. Okay. Okay, let's welcome our third guest, Dr. Ihwan Ghazali from FTKMP. Let's welcome Dr. Ihwan. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Ihwan. Assalamualaikum, Dr. Ihwan. How are you?
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
You feeling good today, Dr. Ihwan?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay. I am truly honored to have all the 3 guests joining me for today's session. Okay. The previous session we had a guest from Hospital Melaka, and we had 2 UTM students joining me in a session. Okay. So I'm so sorry, even though the show is Where's the Coffee? I don't have any coffee to offer to you. Sorry. But
yes,
perhaps
there's
we can arrange for a
coffee.
coffee session. Okay. Okay, just saying hi. Do you have any friends here? Madam Nick Rahila, looking forward to lunch. Oh, lunch already. Yeah, it's already, it's almost afternoon. Hi, Khalid Jamil. Good morning. Come here, hore. Come to where, Dr. Zahid? Okay. Assalamualaikum. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah.
So maybe we can proceed with our topic for today. Okay. All the 3 guests that we have today, all of you are all academicians, right? Okay, and you have experience online teaching, which we started since I think it was 4th or 5th of May, right? After our short break, right? After the mid semester break. Okay, so maybe I would like to ask PM Dr. Nuizan, okay, how was your response? How did you react when the university announced that teaching and learning will take online mode in total? In total.
Didi, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the session.
Thank
When
you
you
to you.
first invited me, I was like, the topic was for online teaching. I thought
Yeah.
that I wasn't have sufficient skill to
Uh-huh.
share online teaching. It's
Mm-hmm.
not new, but it was not really implemented by me in
Mm-hmm.
relation to online teaching, because I
Mm-hmm.
consider myself more like a conventional lecturer who do face-to-face teaching
Uh-huh.
with my
Okay.
students. If I miss my class, then I will replace my class. So it
Mm-hmm. Very
always
dedicated lecturer.
it is always face-to-face teaching and learning with my students. So
Mm-hmm.
when actually the first response started somewhere before even the Prime Minister announced about the movement
MCO.
order. So
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it was around 15 March when people
Mm-hmm.
when universities like USM and
Mm-hmm.
has
Yeah.
started talking about or implementing online teaching and
Yeah.
learning with their students.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose even at that moment,
Mm-hmm.
myself has started to feel uh,
Imagine.
and worried, anxious, exciting, and
Yeah.
all of these feelings come at one time, and started to
Yeah.
think and plan about how to actually implement this with my own classes.
Mm-hmm. Quite a big
So
challenge, right?
yes, so on 16 March, I think I was not mistaken that UTEM has announced that after the Prime Minister has announced the movement control order, then
Mm-hmm.
UTEM has announced in the Info UTEM that
Mm-hmm.
all the classes should be conducted online. So my first class right after the MCO order
Mm-hmm.
was on the 17th,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the 17th of March. So
Ah.
uh, it was
So.
like sudden, like was sudden instruction that I
Yeah.
had to embrace and try to make it happen. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so I started the first attempt that I made was by using Ulearn and make some gather some materials and videos for the online teaching that I planned for the 17th of March. So
Mm-hmm.
in general, I think the first response from me was I was positive about it. I feel quite exciting about
Mm-hmm.
embracing the instruction, because I
Mm-hmm.
think be the best opportunity, would be the significant drive for me actually to implement the online teaching and learning, which
Mm-hmm.
before this, although we know about it, but we
Mm-hmm.
do not really implement with our students
Mm-hmm.
because we have the
Now we
privilege.
have to do it, right?
Yes, now we are forced
Yep.
to do it.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
Before this, we have the privilege of having face to face with the students, but now this would be the significant drive that we can
Mm-hmm.
actually implement something that we actually have attended courses for it. We know about
Yeah.
it, but we do
Yeah.
not actually implement it in our teaching and learning. So this
Mm-hmm.
would my first response was positive. This would be
Mm-hmm.
next time the
Mm-hmm.
drive to actually
Mm-hmm.
implement it. But
Mm-hmm.
however, at the same time, I feel worried.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe on my side, I feel worried about my limitation of experience and
Mm-hmm.
skills using
Yeah.
various tools and methods related to online teaching and learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I also feel worried about the students, how
Yeah.
they actually going to
How are you
embrace this.
taking it, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. It is not only for us, the first experience for us, it will be the first experience to the
For the students as
students.
well.
So I was worried about the readiness of the students. How
Mm-hmm.
about the infrastructure? Do they really have sufficient resources with them? Do they have a good computer or laptop? Do they have
Mm-hmm.
internet connection? What
Mm-hmm.
software available for them to use to engage with us?
Mm-hmm.
And is there any inequality difference in terms of technology they have? Maybe those are with better privilege, have better
Yeah,
infrastructures as
yeah. Because
compared
they
to
come from different category, right? Household.
different category. So how
Mm.
about the other half, maybe with
Mm-hmm.
those with maybe limited
Mm-hmm.
infrastructure, poor internet
Mm-hmm.
connection and whatnot. Uh, yeah, that was my first response. For me,
Mm-hmm.
I it because it's a good drive for me to
Mm-hmm.
implement it. However, I also feel worried about my limitation on skills and experience, and also worried about the readiness of the
Mm-hmm.
students to actually taking this online teaching and learning.
Mm. Thank you, PM. Okay, Dr. Adri, I'm very interested with the word embrace. So, how did you embrace the announcement by the university when they said all teaching and learning will be using the online mode? How did you embrace that announcement? Was it like a
Um,
bomb?
Thank you very much, Judy, and thank you very much for UTM TV Melaka inviting me on the Coffee Talks. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing that we've done on the MCO, we should done the online teaching earlier than that.
Yeah.
We have our MOOC, MOOC.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yes.
have learned through YouTube, but what we
Uh-huh.
have here in UTM, we have only one thing,
Mm-hmm.
you learn.
You
Okay,
learn. I learn,
you
you
learn.
learn.
You learn. So
Uh,
you paste it, paste the URL from the YouTube to
mhm,
the link in the ULearn, and then the student need to study and need to watch the YouTube, the videos, and then there's an interaction between us and the students using only ULearn.
mhm,
Okay, so
mhm,
that's the only online teaching mode that we have
mm,
before the MCO, and after that, after the MCO, after the announcement we made by the Prime Minister, then are we ready? Is the MCO last for 2 weeks? Who knows the MCO last MCO, CMCO, conditional movement control order,
I
and
want, oh
then
my God, you keep track of all the terms?
yes,
CMCO.
CMCO, RMCO. It's recovery mode. It's now until
Mhm,
31st
mhm,
of August. But who knows? Until now, we think that there's only 2 weeks, but the pandemic is very serious. We don't even
mm.
know that it will
Yeah.
take longer. So
Dr.
for
Adri,
us, yeah,
one day we heard that there are many cases in China, and then suddenly it's in Malaysia, right?
in
It's
Malaysia, yeah.
global.
Yes, it's global until now. Until
Yeah.
now. So, but
Mm-hmm.
we are in the recovery mode. So
Inshallah.
we need the online teaching mode, and suddenly we knows Google Meets, we knows WebEx, Microsoft
Wow.
Teams, and
Yes.
all. Right, so
Some of us are YouTubers.
yes, suddenly everything's
Suddenly.
we know everything. But the thing is it do we know how to do it, and then what about our
The
students?
right way of doing it, right? The right way of
Yes, the
doing it.
right way of doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have our webinar, PSTP, KS organize talks to how to do online teachings,
Yes, a lot of
for
trainings.
results. So how to teach the academician to do the online teaching. So we have
Mm-hmm.
a very lot of
There's a lot of support
resources
there.
in
Yeah.
supports by
Mm-hmm.
the UTM itself. So
Mm-hmm.
until now, we are doing our final examination online. Who
Yeah.
knows? That is very
Right.
good
We're
for us,
doing it.
right? Who knows? Until now,
I
so
guess at
I
first, of
think
course, we were a bit skeptical,
yeah,
but then we know that we have to do it. We have no choice, right? And yeah, here we are.
within 1 semester, our online teaching method, our online for
Mhm.
final examination is done.
Yeah. Right.
Great. Yeah. So sometimes we should be very positive on
Mm.
the side. We have to be very positive so that we can go through online teaching and online examination. But this is our first time. We can keep try and we can improve our online teaching method and also our final examination methods. That's
Mm-hmm.
for me. It's very good experience and valuable experience for me.
Thank you, Dr. Adri.
Yeah.
Hi, Zurina Shamsuddin. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for
Mm.
joining us. Okay, I am very interested with what you said just now, Dr. Adri, about being positive. So, Dr. Ihwan, how positive were you actually when when you read from the Pekeliling, right? That
Yes.
it's gonna be online.
Okay,
How
thank you
positive
very
were
much.
you?
Okay, before
Welcome.
I want to say thank you for invitation. Yeah. When I firstly hear about this situation, we need to teach using online learning. So in my mind, what should I do? Because I am a new lecturer actually.
Okay.
So my experience in teaching is only face to face, and it's very. I never try using online learning, so
Mm-hmm.
I a bit worry about my limitations.
Yeah.
Me, and then I try to learn from the webinar, something like that, and also I need to prepare all contents for my teaching because also I my subject is also new,
Mm.
never teach before. Okay, because
Okay.
as a lecturer, normally if we are already if the subject is already teach before semester, yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
can collect the material from the senior.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
now I need to make these contents
Everything from
from scratch.
scratch.
Yeah, and also as you know in our faculty we have three session: lecturer, tutorial, and lab. The most issue in my faculty is about the
Mm-hmm.
lab. We need to teach normally face by face to face. We can
Mm-mm. Yeah, especially for your
using the
faculty,
tool, right?
right?
Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
can use. We want to use the tool equipment directly. Now, it's limited. So how we can arrange this? It's quite
Mm.
difficult. But also for positive, here I can learn a lot of things. Actually, uh, from from this situation, I had a lot of time with my family actually.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's the best wisdom behind this MCO, right? You've got to have more
Yeah.
quality time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
While
also consider how about the connection with my student. Sometimes of my student is no connection. You can no connection at all. So it's quite
yes.
difficult to arrange. But we should do it because this is the first time for me for online teaching. I will try and I will do my best for this.
All right. That's the spirit that we want to have, and the attitude that we want to get from all staff in UTEM, right?
Yes.
Come whatever challenges. I mean, like people say, scientists say that there are more viruses waiting, to
Yeah.
spread to the community. So we have to. I would like to quote what Asma, Professor Asma said. We have to be resilient, right? Resilient, meaning that we are not only responding when things come, but we need to be resilient. I think that's the best part I like from her speech that day. And okay, thank you so much, Dr. Zaitun, for joining us. Hope you can, benefit from this, and you may share your experience with us as well. Uh, yeah, I would like to share. Okay, I've a few pictures to be shared with the audience. Maybe my assistant can help me. Okay, the first picture. Okay, this is very interesting for me. Okay, this is how when we embrace the challenge, the new norms. Okay, we set up our workstation. This is actually Dr. Adri's workstation at home. Okay,
Oh, bagus.
and I think
Very
it's very
excellent.
interesting, right? How when you have both parents working and the room is totally changed to a workstation, it somehow shows your dedication, your job, trying to set up the environment, right? The ambience for you to work, the motivation. And so what can we see there? Is that a mic, Tadri?
This is the
Microphone.
mic. Actually,
Oh,
this
that's
is
the
the mic.
mic.
That's the
Wow.
mic.
Oh, very big mic, yeah.
To
So
be the YouTubers, maybe.
yeah, I
Purchasing
think a
online.
lot of us,
Purchasing online, yeah.
I think a lot of us have gone to all the YouTubers recommendations, right? When we want
Yeah.
to try out, preparing our own videos for lectures. Okay, we'll go to that in a short while, but let's go to the next picture. Okay, this is what I have scouted from Dr. Izan's Facebook. So she has shared, okay, with friends. I think it's a good sharing because when you share what we have done, you can actually inspire people, or it can be a good guide to the others. Because at this time we cannot expect everyone to suddenly know everything about online learning, right? So
Yeah.
knowledge sharing is very important. So this is a screencasting video, right, Netizen,
Yes,
for
for
your
my class.
subject.
One of my
Mhm.
class.
So it's for your YouTube channel.
Yes, I uploaded it to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
It was first time experience as well for me to
Mm-hmm.
actually venture on YouTube. What's
Uh-huh.
the YouTube can actually offer for us in sharing
Yeah.
our lectures? Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was trying to share with them in Euler in WhatsApp, but the capacity is not. The capacity is large and not
Mhm.
suitable to share with it with that medium. So
Yes.
I was looking at other friends how they share it and they actually share it through YouTube. So I start exploring what YouTube can
Mhm.
offer.
Yeah.
Uploaded my teaching slides in YouTube. Okay. So suddenly we also become edutubers or YouTubers.
Yeah,
Become sugu,
edutubers.
sugu, sugu pavita.
Sungguh
Edutubers.
Pavitra. Yeah. But
So,
it's interesting how we actually experiment, right, with tools that can actually help us and also our students. Because
yeah.
I bet we did not actually come to the right tool the first time we tried it, right? We
Yeah.
experiment and then we figure that okay, there's something wrong with this method. Okay, maybe I can try out something else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and next picture. Oh, okay. I'm sharing this. This is me doing a
Online
live
teaching
streaming
class.
session, online teaching. I like to make it less rigid. So when students are able to comment and then some fun because I teach language. So language learning shouldn't be that strict and rigid. And this is using StreamYard. And the other picture is, yeah, just like behind Dr. Nuizan, I also prepared my own recordings lah. Okay, so when I decide, okay, tonight I'm going to record my video, I'll be in my studio, my home studio, and then
Yeah.
preparing for the video. And then, all things prepared lah, makeup, whatever. Okay, because, we're talking about visual, so it must be interesting and so on, right? So I think that's very interesting how we have actually explored tools available for us to help us with our teaching, right? And okay, so Dr. Izan, can you share what are the tools or platform that you normally associate with online learning?
Okay. So the what I understand about online learning
Mm-hmm.
is actually for us to provide the candidates at a distance. Mean the student is not in front of us,
Mm-hmm.
so they will be somewhere else away from us. So the tools that maybe the most frequently used when we are at a distance with the students to communicate with them is like WhatsApp and Telegram. So I think
Yeah.
that is also a tool that can actually connect us with the students. So that is also one of online teaching and learning tools that I use to communicate with them. Uh, and when we have ULearn in UTEM, so even before the MCO, many semesters even before the MCO, UTEM has encouraged us to comply with the blended learning, blended status, which is 30% out of our teaching and learning class periods during the 14 week. But honestly, I didn't give much attempt to it. I used ULearn, but I didn't really attempt to comply with this blended status. I share resources in ULearn. I share YouTube in ULearn. Maybe I was lacking in terms of activities that the students participate or
Yeah.
test the student through ULearn. Even before the MCO, I suppose during this semester, semester 2, 2009 to 2020, at the early semester, I was determined that in this semester, I should comply with this
Get
blended.
blended.
I should. Yes, I really determined that I must comply to this blended status, 30%. So I went to a course organized by PSTP at the early in January, the early weeks of the semester 2, 2000, uh,
So you
2000
had your supporter there, Dr. Isan.
Supporter.
2019 to 2020, I went to a course organized by the STP and to recall back what are actually the elements that can comply our ULearn
Blended status.
to the blended status. So I learned that we should have one teaching plan. We should have minimums of 7 resources to share in the ULearn, a minimum of 3 activities with participation, and minimum of 2 assessment with attempts. So during the MCO, I implement all this. We had also feedback and forum in my ULearn so that the students can give feedback about the class they had in that particular week. So that's one way of communicating with student in distance. So what tool I actually use related to online learning during this MCO was ULearn. ULearn means I actually mix between real time teaching and learning, which is I also learned about this terminology during the MCO, which is the synchronous and asynchronous.
Yeah, two terms, right?
That's a new terms actually learned also during this MCO due to the online teaching and learning. So I've used before the MCO. I've used blank space. One
Yeah, I've used that before.
yes, blank space before I actually know that ULearn can actually offer way more better than blank space. I use blank space to create digital lessons, resources. I did
Yeah.
online things with blank space and also Kahoot to monitor the student understanding by conducting quizzes and discussions. Uh, so those are the tools that I use for online teaching. Other than that, I also attempted on. I actually tried Baduri said earlier on that we actually make an attempt. If this the try try this method. Is it working with us? Is it working with the students or
Yeah,
not?
experimenting, right?
Anything. I also try to do a screen recording with my handphones.
Mm-hmm.
I use slides from Dropbox, and then
Mm-hmm.
I do recording with my handphones by
Mm-hmm.
using the slides from Dropbox. I
Mm-hmm.
did short video to share with the students through WhatsApp and Telegram in
Mm-hmm.
very short video, because WhatsApp and Telegram has limited capacity.
Yeah.
Uh, what else? I tried a video presentation using PowerPoint that I shared
Mm-hmm.
in YouTube.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I shared in YouTube. So I shared the link in ULearn with the students. And I also see some of my friends from the faculty, like Dr. Masni. She
Mm-hmm.
was very good in editing videos by using iMovie. So I'm,
Wow.
yeah, maybe later on you can check her YouTube.
Uh-huh.
So I've asked her to guide me
Mm-hmm.
on how to actually edit video with iMovie, and she
Uh-huh.
shared guides, and I've also tried and attempted on that
Uh-huh.
using iMovie to edit videos and put some illustration and whatnot and share with my students. So
All right, interesting.
yes, all of these tools and methods I use, I share the link in ULearn. So although I suppose that although we use different kind of softwares and tools and whatnot, the best is to have it recorded or compiled in
Mm-hmm.
ULearn,
Mm-hmm.
because it will contribute to statistics, university statistics related to blended learning.
Blended learning.
Mm-hmm. So let me share with all viewers here. Shazani, as a student, I agree WhatsApp and Telegram is the fastest way to inform and share lecture notes for the students to prepare themselves before official classes. So I think this is the concept of flipped learning, right? Where students are given materials upfront before the session. So we can use the session for discussion, consultation with the lecturers. So thank you, Shazani, for sharing with us. And from Madam Nick Rahila, love the image on sharing space. Yeah, I think that's the picture speaks, about this topic. Imagine students sharing homes with their families and fighting for privacy, laptops, devices, bandwidth while juggling annoying neighbors, abang post lagi, holding dogs. Yes, these are the things that we have to bear in mind, right? Because we don't want to be instructors who are short sendiri. Right,
Yep.
we have to bear in mind, okay, I'm preparing this, but will this be meaningful to my students? Will this be easy for them? So these are the things that, fall into our list lah. All right. And Madam Nur Hazlina, can each of the panelists share one most paramount advice on how lecturers can make online teaching more meaningful? I think that's a big keyword, more meaningful. I mean, like you can have a WebEx session, but how do we make it, more meaningful to the students? Perhaps Dr. Adri can share?
Um, I just want to share about how was the numerical or calculation subjects
Okay.
that we have. Do we just go to the PowerPoint slides and then x
Yeah.
square equals
Oh
to
my
what? No,
God.
no, it's not.
I cannot
It's
imagine
very
that.
difficult. How about when we are student? So we need to understand. So
Yes,
there are hardware beside of the software that we learned, but
sure.
you learn Google Meet, Webex, Zoom, and so on. So we need to have new tools, new hardware. So that comes our Wacom tablet, our Huion, so
Yeah.
Vic. So we search for the YouTube. What is the best graphic tablet that we need to use?
Mm-hmm.
We have iPad, and then we have a support Telegram group of Apple teachers
Upper
online.
teachers,
So
right? Mm-hmm.
so
True, true.
we also need to study how to do the online. So I want to touch on there are two things on the online teaching. The first one is for the
Mm-hmm.
calculation based, numerical mathematics based.
Mm-hmm.
So
Engineering, right? Engineering.
So we need a calculation method. We need to show how this, how that, how the theta, beta, alpha. We just don't want to just say alpha is equals. It's very
It won't be meaningful. It won't be meaningful,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So we need to so we needed hardware. So there
Mm-hmm.
was a graphic tablet such as Huion, Vic that we use to write. But
Mm-hmm. So
there
which one
are
do you recommend? Huyon? Wacom?
there are graphic tablets that there are two different things. First one is graphic tablets that you write on the graphic tablets, but your
Mm.
eyes you need to look at the monitor.
Screen. Yeah.
That's the one, yeah, screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm using. Luckily, I have an iPad and
Mm-hmm.
also a MacBook Air,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
that I can write on the iPad and show it
Mm-hmm.
on the screen. It's very, for me, it's flawlessly, memang very good for teaching mathematics.
It
And the other
delivers the
one,
function, lah.
yeah. iPad and also the QuickTime player. Just
Mm-hmm.
for that. Before that, I use a mirror screen. I mean,
Mirroring.
the mirroring screen. How to mirror the iPad on the monitor,
Mm-hmm.
so
It was quite headache,
we
right?
can
Quite a headache to do that, right?
yeah we can record the screen, and then
Mm-hmm.
suddenly the first time it's okay, second time it's not working. So study then we have a software, a PowerSoft, 5K player software, so on. There are so many software that, but we need to find it that suitable for us. And then the second thing is, how about the software based class like AutoCAD, SolidWorks, the
Yeah.
class using AutoCAD? We need a
Right, right.
license.
It works, right?
Yeah, so we need the license, we need the computer. How about
Mm-hmm.
when we're teaching online? Uh, Dr. Izan said it's a synchronous and asynchronous.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened when we do the synchronous learning on the software base? So we teach AutoCAD. Okay, use this line, create this line, but the student cannot do. In face to face, when we do it on at the front, then the students will do it on their computers, and these are very hands-on learning. So um, that sites I use the asynchronous method, so that I
Mm-hmm.
will record a video to do that, and then the student will study how to do this one and how about this one, and they
Mm-hmm.
can learn during their times, their flexible
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But
Dr.
the
Adrin, someone say iPad is too expensive. What's your
yeah.
comment?
That's why I said that luckily I have it. But for
And you
you
don't
to
have to
buy
buy it,
it,
right? Make new
yeah,
purchase.
it's about 1,500 for the least iPads, but we can find for the second hand, but we don't know
Mm-hmm.
the
The
condition of the
quality.
iPads.
Uh-huh.
Then about the software base, I use the asynchronous method, so that
Mm-hmm.
they will learn and they will check it back, uh, how to do that. And that's on my opinion about the hardware, the tools,
Mm-hmm.
and also the software based class. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's my sharings, my experience on both.
I think, being online teachers, it's a journey, right? That you keep on learning new things. One day you're using this for certain function, but then you figure that, hey, I can use this for a better delivery. So it's a journey. You never stop at one final destination. You continue to learn from others. You figure new tools to suit your own subject, right? Like Dr. Ikhwan, this student said, FTK no exam. And
Yeah,
then this crying emoji. So is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? FTK no exam.
FTK and exam is good thing for lecturer, also good thing for the student also.
Student.
Yeah, but
Oh.
some of the students want exam rather than no exam.
Hmm.
There is a lot of reason from them, but I
Oh.
think for now, with no exam is okay for me, because my my subject is no exam. I teach the visual manufacturing using Autodesk Inventor. So I just prepare material and then they follow, and they make it and then submit to you learn. I want to maybe respond for how to make our online learning meaningful.
Meaningful.
I think this one is quite interesting. How
Yeah.
the lecturer and student enjoy the online learning. It is sometimes the student have a lot of things to do. Not only from me, yeah, not only from me. More, I think all of the lecturer give the assignment.
Yeah, from other subjects, right?
It's make the student complicated. So
Mhm.
we need to understand the student. For example,
Mhm.
when I give the assignment, so I will not give them a very rush time. So I just give for 1 week to submit it. If you more
Mm.
than 1 week, so I will reduce your score. So
Mhm.
they will more happy for this.
Mhm.
And
So
also for me,
they should
yeah,
be given flexible time, right, to manage their
flexible
learning.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And for the issues is about the face to face. For me, face to face online learning. When I record using WebEx, normally I use Zoom. Sorry, because
Mm-hmm.
WebEx for me is quite difficult to use, and also when I save the files,
Mm-hmm.
the file size is quite big, so
Mm-hmm.
I cannot
Oh,
I
that's the
cannot.
issue with WebEx.
Huh?
That's the issue with
Yeah,
WebEx.
for Zoom is the file is quite small, yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
when I submit to YouTube and then share the link to the Ulan,
Mm.
so it's
I think
quite simple.
Dr. Iwan, I think by now, right, we should be able to share the comparison because each one of us we have experience Zoom, WebEx, whatever, StreamYard, Google Meet. So we should be able to draw a comparison, right, and
Yes,
then
of
see
course.
which
But
one is the go-to.
the issues is with Zooms. I heard about Zoom about the privacy
Security issue.
because yeah,
The
security
security issue.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the most issue. But for me, when I already use the Zoom and I clear the cache,
Mm-hmm.
the history, it's very important because we have internet banking there. When we buy Lazada and so forth, it can be recorded. So just clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
So how to make our class online learning meaningful, make
Meaningful.
our student and the lecturer enjoy for that. And also for your question about the tools, I use WebEx. Yeah, I use
Mm-hmm.
WebEx for face to face, but
Mm-hmm.
not for recording. When I record my teaching, for example, I use Autodesk Inventor, and I want to make a video, so I use Zoom because it's about the file size. Mm.
Ah, so you
And
have different tools for a different function, different
yeah,
purposes.
Yeah.
and also
All right.
when the student lost the dimension, the
Yes.
dimension. So they ask me directly using WhatsApp.
Ah, all right.
Sometimes at night they ask me at 12, what doctor, what is this? And what is the number of this line? And that I
Mm-hmm.
should answer. But I remind them, better you ask me in the morning after in
Yeah.
the office hour because a bit tired. Prepare the material
Yeah,
is
and
a bit
then
tired, right?
we can respond better, right?
When
Mm-hmm.
we think about, okay, when we upload the video and it's enough, no, I think quite difficult when we do asynchronous because sometimes our video is fail. It's not
Mm-hmm.
based on our expectation. Sometimes lost this one, so we need to repeat again,
Yeah.
and then the best
Uh-huh.
one is upload in the YouTube.
Mm-hmm. So maybe for certain like new topics, pre-recorded videos would be efficient, would be more practical, and maybe for a session where you can consult straight away, a video conferencing session is more
Yeah,
practical, right?
it is depend on the subject, I think.
Depends on the subject. And then this is a comment from Virus. Usually we can use WhatsApp or Telegram for some quick announcement and simple Q&A, right? Thank you. Yes, not to mention annoying little sister brother wanting to watch cartoons. Yeah, we have all these fights, right? Uh, for discussion, preferably set one time where everyone can participate and use whatever medium everyone is comfortable. with Skype, Zoom, right? Yeah, this is also important, right, for us to check with our students based on their readiness, whether they are equipped to join for the session, because we don't want anyone to be left behind, right? We
Yep.
want to be fair with everyone. Farah Nabila, I ran out of internet data to do the presentation videos and uploading it on YouTube. So these are among the issues lah. I think this is shared by our student. Maybe we can take this into back in mind. Kak Izan dah jadi YouTubers. Yes, of course. Please subscribe to her channel. This is a free promotion, okay? I watched Shopee's best customer this past few months based on the devices that I bought. Yeah, I think we are collecting our tools and gadgets during this MCO period, right? Just like
Yes.
what we have
Yeah.
seen at Dr. Adri's workstation. And I believe that Dr. Iwan is wearing his
You see in
headset,
my
Headphone.
glass, you see in
Headphone.
my glass, I use
headphone.
a ring lighting, yeah,
Ring light, yeah, for
Ring
better
light.
lighting, yeah.
because I want to give the best for the student.
Yes, that's good. And what else here? Assalamualaikum, all the best. And Dr. Izan, thank you so much. Terus beriman. Well, I think Dr. Izan has brought a lot of the followers, army, eh? And we have here Dr. Sadikin from UTM. Hi, Dr. Sadikin. Perhaps you can join us for the next session later, Dr. Sadikin. Okay. Um, let's see here. And then any can you actually share any success stories, any moment in your life when you did your online teaching where you think that I think students love this, or there's a moment where you think that, oh my god, I'm not doing things correctly. So let's share our failure or success stories, because uh, this moment I think is something that first time happened to us, like in our life as academician. Okay, so any success stories that maybe can inspire our other colleagues. Dr. Iza would like to share?
Oh, okay. Thank you, Lily.
Something that makes you smile when you teach. Uh,
Uh, all right. I'll start with the maybe challenge first. Not really a failure that I would say. It is suitable to say a failure because this is the first
first
experience
time.
for us, the
Yes.
MCO itself, and the total online and teaching and learning implementation during this semester. So it is a challenge. The truth is, preparing and conducting online teaching and learning is not easy. At least maybe for me, it is not easy. There's
Yes.
additional effort as compared to face-to-face
Yes.
teaching. Just prepare. Mostly, if we have taught that courses for quite some time, many semesters, we already have all the resources and we go to class and we
Then you
deliver
start
it.
talking,
At
right?
that time. However, when you do online teaching and learning, you need to prepare it. You need to plan. Uh, we have to think about whether whatever we are going to deliver will be engaging to the student. Will
Yes.
they actually interested on it? Will they
Mhm.
actually like when I did my synchronous the real time class? Do they actually sit in front of the computer to listen to me? Because they are not switching on their cameras, so I cannot see them. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I was talking alone. Although
Yeah.
some students give respond during the lecture, yes, and switch on. When I said, come on, respond to me, switch on your mic, and they switch on their mics and respond to me. But most of them prefer responding through the chat section. So they are
Mm-hmm.
chatting over there. So they are asking questions and they are responding to my lectures through chat. So that's quite challenging when we cannot actually see them face to face. We
Mm.
cannot read their faces. What are the response? Their response at that moment. Most of that, I also said to them, "Come on, respond to me. I feel like I'm talking alone."
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I feel like I'm talking alone. So that's some challenge. But on the other side, related to the success stories,
Mhm.
uh, although this is not an easy journey, however, we realize that it actually can be done. Uh,
Yeah, possible, right?
yes, it's possible to do it. If before this we only attended courses and listened to somewhere else doing it without.
Now we are doing it.
Yeah, now we are doing it. It can be done actually. Although maybe we are not uh, quite skilled or as fast as the others who has better skill. However, even for me with limited skill, it actually can be done. And I think it can be rewarding as well. We already
Yeah,
have the article in YouTube, uploaded it in YouTube, gather all the resources in ULearn. It can be used again later in the other semesters. We prepare them. Maybe we can upgrade it, do it better. However, it will be rewarding. And like whatever we share in YouTube, maybe not only our students can view it. If it has been shared widely, maybe from our student they share with their friends from other
yeah,
universities,
forward, right?
Yep.
the material can be shared even wider. That's what I think one of the sweet things that can happen due to this online teaching and learning during this semester. However,
On
I experienced some, I think, impactful challenge of limitation from the student, because when we say about the MCO, and it is not only about teaching and learning. For the student themselves, it is not only about their class. When they go back to their family, they have
yeah,
other issues and challenges as
constraint.
well. Yes,
Yeah,
they have a limited access to through Wi-Fi, and maybe their brothers and sisters also are having online class, so they have to share
yes.
their computers and gadgets.
Yeah.
They have financial limitation. I did have one student from my PA. His family could not afford to provide him with internet connection at all. So he has to go to town to get in touch with me through phone call. He said that even in his hometown, at home, he cannot access not only the internet, not even a phone call. So WhatsApp and Telegram also would be difficult for him. So
That
these
is
are,
quite heartbreaking, right? For us
yeah.
as instructors, as academics, quite heartbreaking, right?
Yes, so it is not about only teaching and learning. There's other issues that the student facing during the MCO uh, in their hometown with their families. Some have to help their families uh, because of other challenge they have during the MCOs. And I also teaching part-time students. They have their company has crisis due to the MCO, so that
Yeah.
company demand extra effort from them, which are they are all engineers, to actually work harder to optimum the resources and how to cover the loss in terms of cost. So they
Yeah.
have all these challenge as well, besides attending the online teaching. Teaching.
Dr. Izan, on that note, right, I think the keyword here is for us to have empathy.
Yeah,
I really like to emphasize this attitude of empathy, because when we have empathy, you will try to understand what others would be feeling when you act, or you act on something. So you
yeah,
will be considering the others before you decide
yeah,
on something, right?
yeah,
Thank you so
yeah.
much, Dr. Adri. So,
Yeah.
any sweet moments during conducting online learning? Something that you feel that, wow, this is so satisfying.
The online learning is you can do it on your flexible time.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah.
I live work from home. You as an academician, you need to prove that you can do it
Yes.
anywhere, anywhere, anytime. So
As long as you have the
this
connection, right?
yes, this is the time you should prove that you can do online teaching. Your students can get the notes that you deliver. So there is the thing that we need to do as an academician, so that we can use the items, the tools again and again in the next semester, and we need to properly plan.
Yeah.
We need to plan our online learning. So as there are two terms that we have said, synchronous and asynchronous, and they have their own pros and cons. So
Mm-hmm.
for the synchronous, I have this is not a sweet story, but it's a kind of a failure. But because of when I do online teaching on WebEx,
Okay.
suddenly the apps
Okay.
crash,
What happened?
hang, and my computer hang. So after 1 hour teaching, recorded the video. So the class dismissed at the moment, and I just said in the WhatsApp group. So
Uh-huh.
class dismissed because of my computer's hang. So there's one kind of failure. But the other things for me that we should show is we need to show that online learning is very good, and the source that we have uploaded in the YouTube can be used for the next class. Okay, so for the next class, we can give the students, okay, this is our class lecture. Please
Mm-hmm.
watch the video, and then during the class time, we will discuss. We will
Mm-hmm.
discuss about the
Mm-hmm.
topic.
So this is
So that
flip learning.
I think yes, it's very
Mm.
very nice. That's from me. That's
Mm-hmm.
from me.
There's a question here from our viewer. Hi, I have a question. How do you apply blended learning during online teaching and learning sessions? How can we ensure that we get blended? Anyone? Dr. Iwan, would you like to respond to this question?
Okay, for me. Okay. In ULearn, normally we have one level that we should achieve here in ULearn. I think
Mm-hmm.
more than 30%, like the Piramizad explained before. We
Mm-hmm.
need to post the what's that teaching plan, also assignment, and also how we can connect to the students. I mean, we need also to make the attendance, ensure the attendance, how the student can fill the attendance. And if
Um,
already more than 30%,
mm-hmm.
so the sign become green, right? If
Mm-hmm.
still
True.
red, so we still need to make some contents and posts in the ULearn, something like that.
All right. Thank you. Um, there's another comment here. I agree. Everyone is having a hard time in their own fields as this is everyone's first time. I love studying online, but since I like to procrastinate, I need physical class commitments soon. All right. So this is more to, I think, students have different learning styles. Some
Yeah.
people are okay with, having courses organized and then they have to complete one by one. But some students are so into interaction with the instructors. So these are the things that we have to um, consider, right? So like this Alisa, I think she's the one who prefers to have, real face-to-face class. But, inshallah, we'll be having this in October, right?
So
The
hopefully,
university will open, hopefully. So we're gonna meet our students. So hopefully this is going to be a sweet experience for everyone having
yeah.
online teaching and learning, right? Okay. Perhaps before that, I would like to share. Okay. UTM staff who are joining us here, you can actually fill in the form to claim for CPD. All right. You are given CPD because this is part of your training. Okay, because UTM TP is actually a platform where staff and students use English. We practice by doing engaging activities such as this. Discussing on a topic. So my assistant, Mr. Falik, will be sharing the link. for you. A link or maybe it's a QR code. I'm not sure what he's preparing. There's a link and also QR code, I think. Okay. So you may just click on the link and enter your details and also on the comment section. All right. Last, any words of wisdom or advice? Because we have staff who are going to teach for semester 3, and also for PPPI staff we are going to teach for semester khas permulaan next August, before the main semester in October. So any words of wisdom, any advice to all instructors out there? Maybe we can start with Piano Tizan.
Okay, from my experience that I would like to share with the others might can benefit you as well. I think from my limited experience, I think the best approach in the online teaching and learning is to do both synchronous and asynchronous methods. So synchronous is very good to get the real-time feedback from the students. So if they have anything to discuss, they can do it straight away during the teaching session. However, asynchronous also would be very helpful for those maybe during the synchronous time they have limitation to access it, or they can always come back to the resources at any time, flexible time for them to check again. I suppose if we were to come back, all the students were to come back in October, we are still waiting instruction from the university. How are we going to conduct the class? Because
Yes.
the class is not small numbers, 40
Yeah.
students, and it's quite cramped. It is not comply to the social distancing
SOP,
that
right?
supposed us to do. So maybe there are instructions or SOP related to that, and maybe although we already come back to university, maybe online teaching and learning still going on in certain percentage. I'm not sure. We're waiting for the SOP. So I suppose the best approach is to mix and match between the synchronous and asynchronous. Uh, and the other things that I found useful is always get feedback from the students. What actually
Hmm.
their preferences?
For
Okay,
check
what
and balance, right?
yes, check. Maybe we are so strict in using Webex or Zoom because it is comfortable for us, but it
Yeah.
is not necessarily comfortable for the students. In
You need to ask
fact,
them.
yes. In fact, my students, most of them prefer Microsoft Teams. When I ask what medium that they prefer for synchronous class, so
Hmm.
they will say Microsoft Teams are more stable for them. Okay, for me, always ask their preferences and get feedback from them. Are we doing fine throughout the
Hmm.
teaching learning?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so
think that's a good point.
yes. So as I said just now, it is not teaching and online teaching and learning is not an easy journey. However, we all prove that it can be done and can be rewarding. I mean, MCO has really been a significant drive for us to do this. So
Right.
that's what I have to say about it.
Thank you so much. What about you, Dr. Adri?
Um, so we have done it for at least the half semester.
Hmm.
Online
Yes.
teaching, 100% for at least 8 weeks. So
Mhm.
just do it. Just go for it. Just go for
Just
it.
do
So
it.
let's do it for the online teaching. But the things that we need to consider is we don't want any of our students left behind.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But for me, if we have a very good internet connection, we have data, we have our YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
I think the thing is we are improving better and better. So for the accumulation, just do it. We can do it. We have done it for the semester at least.
So your
So
tagline is just do it.
just do it. Just do it.
You can do it.
Thank you so much. So before I proceed with Dr. Iwan, let me share this. Assalamualaikum. As a student, I really appreciate all the lecturer for struggling to conduct the online teaching. Even myself is also struggling to finish my last semester. Thank you very much, my supervisor, P. Dr. Izzah. Thank you so much. Thank you for
So
joining
supportive.
us. Supporters, eh?
Ramai
The challenge actually not only for the
student
teaching and
for
learning,
the
but also
teaching.
supervision. We forgot to touch on that. Because
Yeah.
challenge is also to do supervision, especially with engineering students. Their projects are all experimental.
Yeah.
Yes.
Switch to other approach to do it during the MCOs and how to
Mhm.
approach projects the other ways
Uh-huh. So
rather
that,
than
that that requires a certain planning, right?
yes.
How are you going to replace certain things? Uh-huh. Dr. Iwan, any
Yes.
advice to your fellow colleagues, maybe at FKMP, FTK, or UTEM in general?
Okay, for me and also for the students, how we make the both, yeah, both of student and the lecturer have a good motivation.
Mhm,
Sometimes the students very stressful. Sometimes also the lecturer need to prepare the contents starting from the early morning until afternoon and very tired with and headache also. So we need to make a good environment in online learning. So how make the students what is that have good motivation? So
mhm,
we give sometimes for me, yeah, sometimes I ask them how about this? Do you have any issues? And also good good
mm,
practice, excellent. Some of what like this is very important for them. And also for lecturer, we need to improve our capability in online learning. Online learning, we need to learn anything like software like Webex, Zoom, YouTube, and so forth. It can help us to conduct online learning and be prepared and give the best for our student. That is maybe the important because when we not prepare well for our content, so the student
mhm,
will confuse, especially for asynchronous, yeah, not real
mm,
time. So
mm,
for me, when I draw something, if this one is problem, so I will cut and I will edit the video and
mhm,
ensure the student can follow step by step and clear. And I'm very happy when I when I ask them to draw some object or 3D design, they
mhm,
can they can design.
mm,
Please pre-design. Some of them can draw car, can draw camera, and so forth. So it's very happy for me. My lecture, even I mostly use asynchronous, they can get the lesson. I mean, can learn well.
mhm. All right. So I think what we can conclude here is we have to continue learning, right? Because as
Learning
I
and
mentioned just
learning.
now, yeah, learning and learning because it's never perfect, right? Actually, it's never perfect, and we have to keep on improvising, right?
Process, yeah. This is process.
It's a process, yeah. Hang on, okay. I'm actually, we actually trying to. That's an issue with the CPD form. Okay. Mm,
Just trying to find the link.
Okay. Hang on. Right. I think time is also, yeah, it's supposed to be 1 hour. Okay. But
Exit.
yeah, I think we have enjoyed our discussion today, right? And right, some comments here, nice. So I think this is our former students. Any ideas on increasing student motivation? Um, and then this one from Azlina from
Hopefully,
Philippines. Thank you very much for all the insights shared throughout this session. Also, Mr. Kamarul Ami Muhammad. So this is also our staff, right, from UTM, Mr.
FTKMP, yes.
Kamarul,
My friend.
FTKMP,
Yeah, my
your
friend.
friend, right? Thank you so much. Okay. 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 For staff who is waiting, still waiting for the CPD form, please wait for a while. We are going to share with you the link to the correct form. So meanwhile, I would like to say thank you to all the guests for today, PM Dr. Nur Izan, Sharia, Dr. Adrinata Shahruzaman from FKM, and also Dr. Ihwal Ghazali from FTKMP. And um, we really appreciate your willingness to share your experience in this session, and hopefully for other UTM students, other UTM staff, we are going to continue with this episode every week with different topics, different interesting topics. So let us know if you're interested to be one of our guests, and we will actually discuss what topic can be talk about in the next episodes. Right. Thank you so much to all guests. I hope to
Thank
see
you.
you in the future in different occasions perhaps. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you today. Thank you Tem TV
Thank you
Melaka.
very much,
Thank
UTM. Thank
you.
you.
All right.
Bye.
Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.